We continue with our digital experience in learning animated videos for maths ordinary level. It's simple for now, sharing big ideas to big visions. Solving triangles. So we have solved triangles with 90 degrees. But now we are now solving triangles that are non-right angled, triangles that do not have 90 degrees. And we use a different format, a different way. We no longer use Pythagoras theorem and the trig ratio, the SOHCAHTOA. We now use the sine rule and the cosine rule. So this video will be focusing on the sine rule. How do you work out the sine rule? What's the formula of the sine rule? What is the sine rule? Where do you apply the sine rule? How do you apply the sine rule? Where can we use the sine rule? But for now, just know that we use it where we have a non-90 degrees, right? So we have a triangle there. Usually, our triangles are like this, usually named ABC, with those capital letters as the angles, and we have the corresponding sides, which will be the length, A, B, C in small letters. Basically, that's how we name our triangles at default. So the sine rule says the side A over sine the angle A is equal to side B over the angle sine B. Should also be equal to side C over the angle sine C, or the other way around, whichever the way that you want to write. If you want to put the angle on top and the side down, or the angle on the numerator and the side on the denominator, whichever the case, whichever you're comfortable, you're good to go. But the issue is the corresponding B over sine B, C over sine C. So that's the formula. That's the formula that you need to cram. Whether you need to cram or you need to know, I think you just need to know this. It's clearly visible. It's clearly obvious. So we are going to take an example there. An example of a triangle, and we have an A there that I'm writing on the screen. We have B, right? Angle B over there. Clearly it's not 90 degrees because we want to use the sine rule, right? And then that side BC is 12.4 centimeters and the other side is 14.7 centimeters. And then we have 72 degrees. That's angle C, which is 72 degrees, right? And we have AC. And AC is what we need to calculate. And also angle A. In a way, we need to solve completely. Yes, and angle B, we need to solve completely. The whole triangle completely. And we all know that it's not 90 degrees. Pythagoras and trig ratios, bye-bye. We're going to be using sine rule. Now, the sine rule, we said angle over the side should be equal to the other angle over the side, should be equal to the other angle to the side. Sine A is equal to A, sine B is equal to sine A over A should be equal to sine B over B. Now, sine 72 degrees over 14.7 centimeters, right, should be equal to sine A over 12.4. These should be equal. That's the sine rule in play. So it's a matter of working out, multiply both sides by 12.5 such that we cancel out everything and we are left with sine A we are now simplifying, and when we simplify, it means that sine A is equal to 12.4 times sine 72 over 14.7. So this is where your calculator kicks in. This is where you use your calculator. When you're using a calculator, make sure that you're punching in correctly and you clear your memory. Make sure you don't make any mistakes, because the mistakes will cost you a lot of marks. That's why you need to write step by step everything that you work out, so that you might not lose marks. Sine A will be equal to 53.3444 there. So angle A will be 53 degrees. That's the calculator's job there. So angle B, we don't need to work out angle B because a triangle adds up to 180. So B plus 72 plus 53 should give us 180 degrees. So if that's the case, it's 180 minus 72 plus 53. And when you subtract that, we'll be able to get the angle B, which is 55 degrees. Right? Have we solved completely? Nah, not quite. We're still left with AC. AC. The angle AC. How do we calculate the angle AC? We still use the sine rule, right? Use the sine rule. We have an angle in the side and an angle in the side, right? So sine 72 over 14.7 that we have used should equal to be sine 55 over AC, the AC that we're looking for, right? I'm going to make room so that we work out AC, right? So it's a matter of rearranging and simplifying. So AC is equal to sine 55 times 14.7 over sine 72. So AC, when you punch in the calculator, that whole thing, we get 12.6 point. As a large number, when you round off, AC is equal to 12.6 centimeters. So we have completely solved the triangle, and that side is 12.6 centimeters. So this is how you use the sine rule. It's Zimbopreneur, sharing big ideas to big vision. Just like our page, comment, find us on social, support us so that we can continue making videos like this.